I'm a resident of Makinde Division, and I work with PLU as a mobilizer. In Makinde Division, I'm the head of protocol, PLU, and I work with National Coordinators Forum and NRA. Today, I'm glad to host one of our best friends from West in USA, Mr. Micheal. And we are going to talk about different things. Mr. Micheal, you are welcome, and we are glad to have you here in Uganda.
Thank you.
Introduce to our viewers.
Thank you, sir. My name is Micheal Starling. I come from the West. I come from the USA. It's my fourth trip to Uganda. I came because I love the President of Uganda for what he stands for, the values that he stands for, and I can see what he's done for this country. And I will not sit by and let anybody abuse this president at any cost. In the West, even in the West, I defend this president because President Museveni is one of the best presidents in the entire planet, and maybe one of the best ever. There's only a few people like him that ever come along. In 100 years, you might have one guy, maybe two guys with that much esteem as President Museveni. That's why I'm here.
Thank you so much, and we are glad you love our president, because we have heard of most of the West people talking bad about our president. Mr. Micheal, what inspired you to come in Uganda?
Well, that's a good question, because, you know, one day I was in the West, I was in the USA, I was watching the news, and the BBC reporter was asking President Museveni a question about the homosexuals. They asked him that he not like them, and he said that they're disgusting, and of course he doesn't like them, and I agree, I'm the same. Now, also I've seen what the effects that those people have done to the children in the West, and Uganda does not need that, because it destroys the fabric of the whole country, and so I support M7, I support his son, General MK. I know they're doing a great job. I know they love this country, and I know they love the children of this country. And that's the most important thing to me.
That's wonderful. So, Mr. Micheal, currently in Uganda, what message would you like to send for people in West?
Well, what I would like to say is keep your hands off Uganda. Let Uganda determine what Uganda will do. President Museveni has led this country for 40 years. He's brought this country to a very good position relatively to where they were before. If you look at the statistics, President Museveni has brought this country from a very, very dark period under other leaders such as Idi Amin, and he's brought this country to a very free, secure place. And the West will not like that. It seems like the governments in the West, they seem like they want to see Africa unstable. They love to see Africa infighting. They love to see gangs ruling the streets. They love to see violence. They love to see that, because then they can say, look at what you're doing as a government. You're not governing correctly. Let us come in and help. But you know what? Uganda, they can't say anything about Uganda. It's a safe country. Everywhere's safe, from East Coast to West Coast of this country, the borders. And I feel free here, I feel safe. And I've been in other countries in Africa, and I might not have felt so safe there, because maybe it wasn't as stable. But Uganda is a very stable country, and it's because of this leadership, it's because of this government. The NRM has done so good to keep this country on track, safe, and secure. Food security, actual security, economic stability has all been accomplished because of this government and because of President Museveni. And now General MK is on scene to take up the other side and to really make this country stable. And I feel proud that I'm part of the PLU as a friend and a member, because Uganda has a bright future.
Yes, Mr. Micheal, thank you so much for having Uganda, and I would like to ask you, we have seen most of politicians going to West saying that Uganda is bleeding, that there is no peace. What is your experience here in Uganda?
Wow, this is the freest, safest country on the planet, in my opinion. In the USA, you can't go out in the streets at night. In the USA, it's very dangerous. Even it's on the list of the 10 most dangerous countries to travel to. The USA is on that list. Uganda, I feel good. I feel free. The people are awesome. The people are kind. They believe in God. The Muslim, the Christian, everybody believes in God here. Everybody has values. Everybody loves the family. And this country is like a giant family. President Museveni has governed this country like a family. That's what people don't understand in the West. They say, why has he been there so long? Why won't he go? You know why? It's because President Museveni will not let somebody come in here and take control that's not going to do the same job that he's done. He's kept this country safe. He's kept the children safe. The food security is one of the best in Africa. I was told that by a professor on a plane on my second journey here. He told me that he's from Mali, or not Mali, but Malawi, something like that. However, he told me that Uganda has one of the best food securities in all of Africa, and he commended the government. He said that government, President Museveni, has ensured that the Ugandan people will have food security. And that's a big thing. You gotta understand, people don't know that, when you're under colonization for so long and you get your freedom in 1962, and then after 1962 you have leaders like Idi Amin taking up 10 years of the time of the country, doing what he wants, brutalizing people. When President M7 came in, when President Museveni came in, that was the beginning, that was the change for this country. That gave a new direction, and it's been nothing but up, nothing but positive. The West doesn't like it, that's true, and they might run articles in the West because they don't like him, because they know they can't control this president. They can't buy this president, and they don't like that. They like people they can buy. This president they can't buy.
That's nice. You have shown some love for our country, Uganda, and the president. Me as a person have moved with you in PLU functions. And yesterday I heard you at the function where President Museveni was opening up the road from Salama to Munyonyo. Yesterday, I think it was your first time to see President face to face.
Wow.
What was your experience?
Oh my goodness, that was one of the most special days of my life, to be in the presence of a legend. President President Museveni, he's not just a president, he's a legend, he's a hero. Like I said, there's only people like him come along every 100 years. You might see one or two like him. Cuba, Fidel Castro, he ruled for 50 years. The West hated Fidel Castro. But if you go to Cuba, they love him because he loved the country, he loved the people. It's just, that's the way it works sometimes. Some countries need some leaders that will stay around to make sure the direction of the country goes in the proper direction. And sometimes when you turn the keys over to the wrong person, they can take the van, they can take the bus down into the ditch. And so that's the reason why this wonderful man has led this country for so long. It's not because he wanted to, it's because of course he wanted to, but he needed to, and he understood that if anybody else came along, they could damage all the work that he's put in and his government has put in for the people of Uganda.